enough about cars. Back to bikes, since I'm sitting here on a motorcycle. I've always really loved leader bikes, as I talked about earlier. Not that I don't like 600s. I have a Ninja 250. I haven't really ridden it much because it's not a street legal bike currently. I'm gonna make it my track bike. But kind of along the handling lines, I really want it, you know, to teach me more about handling rather than just blasting through the corners and the straights like, you know, these awesome leader bikes can do. But I don't discriminate. I like all kinds of bikes. I just prefer the leader bikes mostly because I like the way that they look. Like the CBR 1000, R1. Not a big Suzuki fan, but they're good bikes. Of course, the BMW. I think they all just look so sexy. And of course, the 1000's nice. I may not be one for a lot of speed all the time, but it's sure nice to have it when you need it. But the power band, that's the biggest thing that I talk about when I talk about leader bikes. It's just the power band's so much nicer. I had a CBR 600 that actually crashed on the track. And it was awesome. Super awesome bike. It was a 2007. I think they look really good. They ride really good. The only thing I don't really like is you're kind of perched on top of it rather than like a part of it. I'm not super tall at 5'8", but I don't know. I guess I'm used to the leader bikes. They're, you know, heavier, and I guess you kind of sit down in them more. The CBR's power was definitely meh. Because it was actually mostly my fault. I never revved it out because I'm not used to revving them out. You know, if you're revving out a leader bike, you're going freaking 1 billion miles an hour. But 1000cc is your first bike. Yeah, don't follow my lead on that one. I didn't have a true 1000cc, but I did have a big bike. So if you're watching this as a new rider, I'd say go with a smaller bike. You'll thank yourself when you have the skill to ride the bigger bike later on and you still have your little bike and say, hey, why don't I go track that thing? Some people say 600s are great starter bikes. Some people say that they're terrible. I don't know. Having not started out on a 600, I'm kind of mixed about it. A modern 600 can definitely get you in trouble. A modern 600 had probably about the same kind of horsepower that my 929 did back in the early 2000s, with less weight. The biggest thing I don't like about a 600 is the power band. And it really is just personal preference. I know a lot of you are going to be listening to me like, what is she talking about? I don't know, I just don't like having to wring its neck and having all the vibrations and stuff when I'm going just cruising around, you know, like right now. This is probably pretty terrible, but I'm like just above 3,000 RPMs. I'm just kind of cruising around. It's not super loud, it's not super vibration-y, you know. I like 1,000. That's just me.